What's up, banana bunch? Bunch? Bunch?
Welcome to the Junglejims podcast. What's up, Banana Bunch? You know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Junglejims podcast. I'm your host, Mark. Welcome to the show. Okay, this is a fun one. It's a little Jungle Gym centric, but it's actually, this is a crazy day because this week, Fox, like the popular network, their show, The Floor, the season 4 premiere is this week. Pardon me. And I got to be on the show this year. It was really cool. Incredible opportunity. I'm just jumping right into this. Normally I'd be like, download the Junglejims app. Maybe do that still anyway. But this is this incredible opportunity. Wow, there's so many stories. I mean, like, obviously, longtime Rob Lowe fan. So many great things. I think of him. I was talking with this actually on an episode that'll be coming up soon. But about how he played in so many great movies that I grew up loving, things like Wayne's World, Tommy Boy. I mean, obviously there's all like the Brat Pack stuff too. But that was really where I met him, was through comedy. He's so funny and effortless in his comedy. It was great. So to actually get to be able to like work with him on this show was kind of a cool opportunity. What am I saying? It was amazing. I can't tell you how many messages, texts, emails, all that stuff have just been people asking me, was he as handsome in real life as he is on TV? I'm like, yeah, it's almost exactly the same. Does he smell nice? Yes, he smells nice. Was he funny? Yes, he's very funny. It was a great experience. Rob Lowe rules. And so it doesn't surprise me that this show has been so hugely popular. It's a great time. I just realized I didn't put my drink far enough out of frame, and then now I'm going to have a sip of it. So what I thought would be cool on here on this episode, since we have this kind of a one-of-a-kind opportunity, I wanted to reach out to a couple of my fellow contestants. I tried to reach out to everybody, and then I very quickly was like, oh my gosh, that will be an hour-long show just getting the little clips in there. So I pared it down to 2 people I was with so far to pull up some of their thoughts, and I was asking everybody, like, you know, I guess maybe to back up for the main audience, if you're unfamiliar with The Floor, it is a game show with some like light reality show elements because they do seem to like the personalities in the audience and the contestants. Hosted by Rob Lowe. It is 100 contestants. They compete. They stand on a giant thing called The Floor, thus the name. And on it, it's like a big digital, it's like standing on a giant TV. It's pretty kind of crazy, actually. And each contestant has an area of expertise, and then you will compete with others who will try to challenge you for your space on the board, because the goal is to have all 100 squares like controlled by you, and the winner of this at the end wins. I think it was $250,000, which is crazy. $250,000 for knowing stuff. Cool. Where's that been my whole life? So yeah, you compete with people. You have different areas of expertise. I mean, a couple around me, for example, somebody had swamplands. I had a guy that had leather as his topic, so I imagine it was like leather working, you know, like those kinds of things. Tablescapes was one that haunted my nightmares. And so you have all these kinds of things. I was representing junk food. So the idea would be that is if I got selected by the randomizer, I would then have to pick to compete against one of the experts in my immediate area, and so on and so forth. And that's how the game works. So they're randomly calling up contestants. Contestants will compete, and then if you win, the winning contestant gets to say, all right, I'm either going to stay up here to continue playing, or I'm going to go back to the floor. And that's how the game is played. There are a couple new wrinkles this season. Just in case, depending on when you see this, I'll just let them tell you on TV instead, just in case that somehow violates my NDA. But there were some new features that they put out there. That was really fun to get to be a part of that. I honestly, this is a great experience. And so before I jump into the other thing, let me just give you a rundown of what the rest of the episode looks like. So, you've seen him on the show before. Jonny Fairplay, Survivor Hall of Famer. I mean, House of Villains. Generally awesome dude. He's been on the Junglejims podcast, I think 3 times already so far, at least twice. We had a great one where we did a whole segment with our sushi section here. It was really fun. But Johnny rules. I know, you may know he's famous for lying about his grandmother passing away in order to win an immunity challenge on on Survivor. It's always really funny to me because, like, now that I know Jonny, right? Like, he's a funny guy. He's definitely sarcastic and good at this. And you'll see that in the interview, too. He's always trying to be funny, so don't get too riled up. We're just two silly people saying silly things sometimes. That's kind of what podcasts are. But I also wanted to give the audience a warning because I never like to censor my guests on here. I'm just like, be yourself. Be fun. Be whatever. Even though I say that and I trimmed some of our interview down. But Jonny's a great guy, and so we'll tell the story more in depth, but he was really integral in getting me in front of the casting for this because it was a fun time. It's like, why wouldn't you want to go travel the world with one of your friends and then compete against each other for $250,000, right? That can't hurt your friendship. And guess what? I was right. So anyway, Jonny will be joining me. We're going to talk a ton on the show about our experiences. I'm sure we'll dive into our mutual Star Wars fandom at some point because that always seems to happen. But before I run that clip, I'm going to jump in here and I'm going to play you two clips from two of my other fellow contestants. It's an interesting experience on the show in general because I am a very extroverted person. I'm always up for a good time. And I like to think I'm pretty personable and likable. This is funny because so many people bonded so quickly on this trip. And I found that awesome, honestly. I wouldn't say, jealous wouldn't be the right word, but I have like that little tinge of regret where I'm like, did I not handle myself socially in the way that I should have on this, right? You're going to always think about things like that. Because we were going around, we're like, well, we're in an exotic locale. Let's go explore it. Let's go have this fun. And guess what? Maybe we don't win. So let's just go have as much fun as possible. So I really respected that. And I spent a lot of my free time, as I'm sure I'll mention multiple times here. I've done it in interviews about the show already. But I just felt like, I was like, well, there's not a huge, it's a 1 in 100 chance I'm the grand prize winner. But there is a 100% chance that I will maybe be able to say funny things on TV. So I was just writing things I thought were funny, little jokes here and there about the category. So it was great. A lot of people love studying, and I saw study groups get built up. It was fun. I met everyone I met was awesome. So to all of you out there, congratulations on being in the show as well. I'm glad to be a part of it. I think we had a great season. I really loved working with all the producers and all of you. You're all delightful. And of course, as I said when we were shooting the show, come see me at Jungle Gyms. Like, come in and visit. I always have snacks. I tell that to the general public. Why wouldn't I tell you all? So on that, here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump into some testimonies. I asked my fellow contestants, I was like, hey, did you have a most intimidating person that you were worried about on the show? Did you have a favorite contestant? Was there another category that you wanted to play in? I'm sure it'll be more self-explanatory in their videos, but these are kind of quick questions, and I'm hoping I'll have more of you on in follow-up episodes. We can just do little updates on this, provided I don't get eliminated this week. So on that, let's jump into those testimonials, and then right after that, we're jumping right into the interview with Jonny Fairplay, talk about the show, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hi Mark, I hope you're doing well. I am in beautiful downtown Seattle right now, about to head into work, but to answer all of your questions, thinking back on the floor, I think the most lovable was Laura. She was Sandra Bullock Films. We were super close, and I just was drawn to her energy. I think for categories that I would want to duel in was anything celebrity. I thought that was what I was gonna get, and so bummed that couldn't have been my category. And I honestly thought Jonathan, Podcasters, was gonna take it up. He's so well spoken. He was super knowledgeable. A little bit quiet at first, so I was like, oh, he has a secret. But all in all, cheers to season 4. Hi Mark, I hope you're doing well. I am in beautiful downtown Seattle right now, about to head into work, but to answer all of your questions.
Hey, I'm Kurt. Yes, I'm laying on the floor. Yes, I'm renovating a house. Yes, I was a contestant on season 4 of The Floor. And most intimidating person was Jonathan. Podcasters, met him the first night. We went out and had dinner. So smart, so sharp, and I'm so scared of going up against him. Most likable person while we were on the floor was probably Nikki. She was home organization, and we sat at the same study table. Super nice and just so fun to hang out with. And the category I want to play the most was definitely, I would say, Roman numerals, because it's just fast math. And so if I didn't get to do geometry, I would want to do Roman numerals because I can do fast math. So there you go. Love The Floor.
Let me welcome to the show, honestly, Jonny, friend of the show, House of Villains, Survivor Hall of Fame, literal just living legend that allows me to text him.
And the Boca Raton Championship Wrestling Cruiserweight Champion of the world of Boca Raton.
I'm gonna have to drop the picture when you let me hold that.
Yes.
I loved it. When I first posted it, people were just like, what the hell are you guys doing in Ireland right now?
Yeah. Rubbing bronze breasts.
That
was literally stopped right afterwards.
Yeah. I think we legitimately may be some of the last people to have ever rubbed the statue of Molly Malone's breasts, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well,
Incredible. We're part of history now.
I think my fiance put the kibosh on it, and good for her. I'm here for women's rights. So
I'm here for women's wrongs.
Well, people have an idea. People have an idea of me, and they're so wrong. So
it is true. Anyway, so back to the statue.
And I wear sarongs.
Yeah, I think it's one of your best looks.
It's true. It looks good with the belt.
Oh, we got to do a whole beach party episode now. Next time you're here, we'll do a whole thing at the pool out front.
Yes,
that'd be awesome. Well,
you know what? I got to put together. I'm coming to Cincinnati. I'm doing a Survivor viewing party at some point for Survivor season 49. I just got to figure out where and when.
Okay, cool. We'll help figure that out. Maybe. Yeah. Look, maybe we can do it here at the Jungle. We'll just start pressing the event people.
All right, boom, done. Let's do it.
All right, easy enough. So look, there's our Jungle Gyms exclusive. Let's talk about Rob Lowe for the rest of this. No, all kidding aside, the floor, baby. So this episode's airing the same day as the premiere, right? And I figured you and I would be qualified to give some of the behind the scenes without at least not ruining my NDA. I mean, you do your thing.
I don't really care.
It was crazy getting set up for this. It was funny. Somebody the other day asked me, they were like, Mark, how did this all start for you? And I was just like, well, yeah, it's Jonny Fairplay. I was like, you were here for the pinball tournament. And I think the way I told the story publicly was I was in the parking lot with Jonny Fairplay doing what you would do in a parking lot. And we were talking about the show. No, for real. And you were just like, oh, I just booked this thing, blah, blah, blah. And you were more than gracious. And you were just like, dude, I think you'd be great for it. And got me connected pretty much immediately. Like, I think I had the interview like the next day.
Yeah. Well, for the record, I booked the show and I was just like, hey, I got this show. I'm not doing it without a friend. So do your shit. And if you get on, great. And if you don't, I'm not going.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, I'm on. I'm like, great, we're going to Ireland. So, because they were just like, hey, you'll meet new people. And I'm like, I'm not trying to meet new people. I don't really care. And they're like, but it's 99 new people. And I'm like, I really don't want to meet 99 new people. I mean, you saw when we walked in that hotel lobby, no one liked me.
Oh, for sure. That was actually
Bo Bice.
Yes, Bo Bice, who was like, oh, I've met you in real life. I also know I should not like you. That was like one of the funniest things to me. I was thinking about this. I was like, I had reached out to a couple people, and I think I'll just do this throughout the show because like I figured I'd do obviously an interview with you. And I'll have like little clips that, depending on how the edit works, is either right before our segment. I think it's right before our segment. But the idea was that I could like talk through some people. But one of the questions I wanted to ask a lot of people was like, who's the most intimidating? And I got to be honest. And I'm not just saying, I know people will be like, oh, he's your buddy. You want to kiss his ass. I'm like, no, I can kiss his ass privately. My real take is that I think
ready, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you already know. I got that good right here.
Yeah.
No, but all kidding aside, it was funny to me that I think people would say they might answer differently, but I gotta tell you, as like a third party witnessing this, I think you were the most intimidating because people had opinions. I think I told you the story that one day at breakfast when I was there early, and the guys were there were like two dudes in front of me, just like, I hate that guy, blah 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 blah, and then turned and saw me. You're like, sorry, I know he's your friend, and actually, he's pretty nice to us at the show. I was like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, like that was the thing. Like I was nice to every, like people were just like, why is he? I mean, they were literally. We walked into the lobby and for the peek behind the curtain. So we fly in at like I don't know. We get to the hotel at like what 8 a.m. or something.
I feel like it was even
And,
earlier than that, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but we go in and like the entire lobby is just the lobby, and then the lower area, the bar is just nerds with flashcards and laptops and just study. And and I'm sitting there with the the championship belt like an asshole. And we just go straight to the room, drop off our shit, and it's just like it's time to drink. And so we find the only bars that are open because they're maritimed in.
Yeah.
What was the deal? Like the fishing boats.
That's right. I forgot about that whole part of it. Yeah, you're right. That was why it was like because I remember all I really remember is I think his name was Roy at the bridge. That was the dude we stopped first. We're like, you look open. He's like, oh, not till 1/2 whatever. And I was like,
noon is the official opening time in Ireland. I'm just like, isn't this place the home of alcoholics? Like, really? And he's like, no. You have to go to one of the bars they're maritimed in. So back in the day, the fishing boats would do these, and they would come in at like 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. Mm-hmm. And so there were permits granted to those bars that were fishing boat adjacent, compliant, or whatever, and then and it's carried over to present day. But unless you have one of those permits, you can't open until noon. And we found every place that was open at 8 a.m. and literally, I mean, these were like the women were missing teeth. They were ready to fight. Guys were throwing coasters at the back of our heads.
Yes, I was just gonna. I was like, those guys were. I was like, I don't feel welcome right now.
No.
I also think that first urinal will live in infamy from the first spot we stopped. I mean, that first bar we went to felt like it was like so tropey. It felt like a scene in a movie. I was just like old, sort of gruff Irish dude wiping a glass out, pouring a perfect Guinness, and then like. Yeah, I went to the bathroom in the 1500s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. So that place was great. So, but going back in time, like an hour or so, just walking in the hotel, there's all these nerds, and they're just like, "Why are you here?" I mean, like literally saying. I mean, because these are nerds with not everyone. There's some really cool people there. We met 4 of them.
I know you're trying to be funny. I figure I'll have a line just in case if we have to. I'm like, we actually did love all of you, to be very clear. It's just
not all of them. Not all of them. but there is a social awkwardness with a nerd that transcends everything else, and that's by that's one of the components that makes them a nerd. And you don't say, "Why are you here?" I don't like you don't like you can think it.
Yeah. Like that, but now is not the time for that. Exactly.
Yeah, like use your quiet voice to your buddy. It's like, why the fuck is he here? That's fine. But why are you here? I mean, just like literally offended. And I'm just like, I'm offended, asshole. Yeah. Like, why are you here? I wouldn't have cast you. What do you bring to the table? I've been on 90 television shows. I'm casting 100 of me.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? What would you, if you were casting 100 of you, what would be one of the other Jonny Fairplay's categories that you would have competed with?
Oh, wow. Tramp stamp.
I hope that line is in the episode so bad. And
that could be a callback, folks. It could be a callback.
There are so many good jokes that, dude, you were letting it rip from the moment. I thought that was great. Oh my gosh, that is incredible.
So this is mine from when I was a kid, and it's
a real thing. I love that so much.
Yeah, this is from. Is there a date on this thing?
Oh my gosh, I've never seen an actual stamp collection. What was it? 1980.
1980, and I filled this thing. Like there's stamps on pages.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
Yeah. So.
Oh my gosh, I knew it was real, but I was just like, oh, I've never actually seen the actual kit collection. That's so great.
I'd be willing to bet that my stamp collection from 1980 is greater than, let's say, someone's category of stamps is probably greater than their collection.
Yeah, I believe that actually.
Yes.
Well, I thought
Is it nuts? And I have it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you didn't just have it; you had them ready. Right?
Listen here.
Oh my god! I'm like, all right. Well, now I'm just gonna start doing topics. I was gonna say, is there a Millennium Falcon? Wait, I can do that trick too, can't I?
I am.
It's under the cicada suit back here. I'll post the photo. I'll post the photo afterwards. It's too hard to put.
I am only here to talk about the Grogu Mandalorian trailer. That is the only reason.
Yeah, that's a Johnny and Mark trailer reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it looks fun. By the way, Grogu and Mando.
Yes. So I'm a big fan of Children of the Watch podcast. I feel like it's the best. It's the best Star Wars podcast ever. Mac and Alex, they're incredible. And you know, they did a scene by scene break, you know, the entire thing. Sigourney Weaver is looking at blueprints. If they are stopping the destruction of a 4th Death Star, shoot me right now.
Oh my God. If that, yes, I'm right with you on that, but I will drive off the bridge on my way home tonight.
I mean, for the record, I didn't care about Death Star 1, 2, or 3. Right. Never cared about, like, it was always Darth Vader, the Emperor, Moff Gideon. It was never about the Death Star, ever. Yeah. Did not care.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. You're just like, it's just a cool laser at the end of it. Like, it would be like if we focused on Han Solo's pistol for a lot of movies. Everyone now has the DL-44. Also, I hate that I know that, but yeah, this is what we should have gone on the floor as a Star Wars consultants.
Yes. So, but their guess is, and I'm not hating it. So you watch the trailer. There's no bad guy. We don't have a heel in the trailer, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So their guess is Moff Gideon. And at the end of last season of The Mandalorian, we saw Moff Gideon die. He didn't have a mustache. That was a clone.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So,
well, and Thrawn's floating around too, isn't he? Still, so like,
I think they're going to Marvel this. And I think we're gonna get. Remember the end of the whatever, maybe Thor. One of the, we got Thrawn, or we got Thanos on the planet in the extra scene. I think we get Thrawn right there.
Yes, just hanging out.
Yeah, but I don't think he's. And yeah, is it hack? Is it kind of cheap that, you know, it's just like, didn't they kill my? It's like, no, it was a clone. I'm okay with Moff Gideon on the big screen.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yes. I mean, literally one of the greatest bad guys in the history of episodic television in Breaking Bad.
For sure. So it's like, how would this be bad for us regardless?
Yeah, but it's a little hack.
Yeah,
but if there is anything about a 4th Death Star, stop it now.
Oh my God.
Stop.
Like, yeah. I will never cancel anything as fast as I will my Disney subscription. If that's the plot. They're like, we hate to tell you, it's a 4th Death Star. It's even bigger. It has 2 lasers on it now, and it can shoot 2 planets at the same time.
One of its front, one of its butthole. It's great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
You would think that would always be an option.
Yeah, you'd think that would just be how it worked in the first place. You know, space lightsabers.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. I mean, they Darth Mauled it.
Right. And then they'll be like, listen, we're going to go full Grievous. We're going to put 4 on this bad boy. You're like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. How about just a sphere that ejects lasers throughout in a 360-degree pattern, and it destroys everything, including my hopes for more Star Wars.
And it looks like a disco ball.
Oh my God, I'm 100% in. Practical effects, baby.
You shoot the laser from Endor, it hits, it spins, boom.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. I'm in, dude. I want resubscribed.
Oh, great. Disco Ball Death Star, we're in. Anything
Now
else?
I'm in. Now, finally, I just needed some shiny shit on it to be excited about it. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we go totally ADHD on this, which is always a potential one to you and I,
Sure.
I had to ask this because, like, this is my first time being cast on a show like this. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming
Sorry.
sort of yours too, right? I mean, I know it's like, I've been laughing because I'm just like, I don't know how similar this is, right? To me, the casting did feel a lot like when I read for movies and TV shows, felt a lot like that obviously outside of having to memorize dialogue, it felt very samey. So I was going to ask you, like, how does this compare? Like getting on this show, how did this compare to like other ones you've been on?
I feel others are a bit more like you have to like survive like the big boys. You fly to Los Angeles, you do the drug test, you do the psych evaluation and STD test, like the background check is like $16,000 a person.
That's wild.
Yeah. So and the fact that Love Island is paying this money and in episode 1, hey, you're gonna have to leave the house. You got some bad shit on Instagram. And I'm just like, who didn't check their Instagram? $16,000 and you're not checking their Instagram?
That is crazy. Can you imagine? Like, listen, we just want to make sure you don't have any STDs, but we don't know how social media works.
Yes, whatsoever. So with that, and then this one, they're just like, I got the call from Rachel Riley, who hopefully wins America's favorite player on Big Brother. Rachel Riley was just like, hey, do you want to do the show? I'm like, yeah. So I feel like I kind of got like fast tracked. And so they're just like, hey, do you want to do this? And I'm like, yeah, and they're just like, I was just like, but I'm not doing this without a friend. I'm like, and they're like, well, what about your fiance? I'm like, so me and Jessica, we checked the weather in Ireland while we were filming. When were we there? April?
It was like the last week of April into the first week of May, and the weather was pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, but that's not what it typically is. So my fiance is like, let me get this straight: 40 to 50 in rain, absolutely not, never. And then and I'd never seen the show, so we watched like 10 minutes of the show, and she was like, oh God, the music and the lights? Are you absolutely not? So I was like, all right, well, I need to find a friend. So I asked you and Wayne Mimit.
Hell yeah, we love Wayne. I'm sorry he wasn't on it with us.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened with Wayne, but like so they fast track me, and they're just like, hey, you're essentially, we can't tell you that you're on, but you're on. And I was like, great, get a friend on, and I'll show up. If not, I'm not. And so I feel like they kind of fast tracked you.
I agree with that too, because like I read with what's her name, Kid Cadet, and then I read with one of the big producers, and they're like, great, we'll let you know. And then I felt like you and I were both in that, like we were in that limbo period, like you just mentioned, where they were like, well, we can't tell you you're on yet or not. And so for me during that, I ended up reading for like other shows that they were doing on Fox, like Don't Forget the Lyrics. And there was another one involving singing too. But anyway, I was like, and then I got through 2 layers of that. And then I get to the same producer who's just like, why are you here? And I was like, I don't know. I hadn't heard back on the first one. And I just thought I would try while I had the opportunity. He goes, how do I say this? Well, which one do you want to be on then? And I was like, I said the floor. I was like, but I'm open-minded. He goes, yeah, don't worry about this. He's like, but this was fun. And then obviously I think like within the next week, we started getting the confirmations of like, because I think at that point it was like early to mid-April. So, I felt like the turnaround, it was like, yes, I definitely felt like I got fast-tracked because of you. And then I felt like
not only because I think it was a two-headed monster here. Yes, you have the Jonny Fairplay of it all, but Mark, you're a mate. There's a reason that I asked you to try to do this, and I knew right out of the gate they would see what I saw. You're not the one, the mouth breather going, why is he here in the hotel lobby? I mean, listen.
right. I mean, I don't breathe in my mouth.
It's 100 spots. Okay, they're not like I just I was promoting. I'm doing a Chicago viewing party for Survivor, not the floor, heaven forbid. Can't charge for those. SurvivorTix.com. That's SurvivorTix.com. You'll see tickets for Cincinnati coming up very soon.
Can't wait.
So, but I was talking on the podcast there on Survivor. Say there's 16, 18, 20 people on the cast. They are literally casting 2 to 4 people to win. Like they're like, this is one of these 2 or 4 people is winning this show. And then they cast 3 people that are the weirdos, whatever. They are cast to go home early. That's why they are there. The rest is just filler because they don't need you to step on the toes of the 2 to 4 people that they want to win, or to step on the toes of the crazy people that go out early. That's the show. Okay, well, the floor is 100 people. They're not casting 100 Jonny Fairplays.
Right.
So the guy going, why are you here? You're not winning, dude. And even if you do win, I guarantee I'm getting more airtime than you.
Right. That's the thing I'm so excited about is to find, because like I think in today's episode, I don't know if this would be considered, well, I don't think this is a spoiler, but like, I think we all weren't comfortable with each other, and not just like the contestants, I mean, but like there wasn't, it takes an episode for everybody to learn each other's communication styles. Because I vividly remember at some point during this process, it was probably during like one of the water breaks, but one of the producers being like, let it rip. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, it's like that, because I'm still, I'm looking at this. This is because I know you know me pretty well. I'm like, this is my first big opportunity. I don't want to go full market first. I want to kind of like see where the edges of the box are and then go from there. So having that moment was like so cool. But I don't know why I was on that tangent, but I also meant to say thank you for the kind words.
That's why you were cast, and that's why you were fast tracked, because they were just like, this guy is good. Like if this guy's not competing, he's gonna be like, hey, you see that? That guy's stupid, huh?
I had a couple good ones. There's one I can't spoil, but I will. I'll tell the story afterwards once I have the clip, because it was a funny bit about, oh God, I'm like afraid to even say it now. But anyway, it was a funny bit. And I think I accidentally predicted the outcome of something through my joke. And then as soon as the outcome occurred, I was like, oh my gosh, I think we're definitely getting on TV because of this interaction. So silly.
So, but there are plenty of people. I mean, like as soon as that, like just like my fiance said, as soon as that music started and those lights go, they're just like,
right, yeah,
So, and there was, I don't know, there's at least 50 of those.
Right. I remember actually. Here's one of my favorite floor stories because this is before taping. So. So it's like, did you have any complaints? I was like, yeah, me and Johnny didn't fly together. But I remember, so I went from here to Philly and then Philly to Dublin. And I am at the gate in Dublin, and there's an older woman standing next to me, and she just starts talking. And you know me, I make friends in the bagged salad section of the grocery store. So it happens everywhere. And she's just like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm sitting there thinking about the NDA. I was like, I'm just on a little vacation. I'm exploring Dublin for the first time. And she's like, I'm on a TV show called The Floor with Rob Lowe. And she just like goes down the whole list. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I cannot believe you're violating the NDA this publicly, loudly. And, I'm like, did you even read where they were like, don't say shit. Don't say anything, No,
they don't care.
Yeah, it was so funny though.
Well, I'm A, I don't think she read it, and B, she's like, but what do they really mean by NDA? Like, tell your friends or random people you meet at an airport.
Yeah, it was for me, I was just like, no one knows except my employers because I won't be in the building. You know what I mean? It was one of those. That was great though, but
So we make it back. We make it back to the hotel after 2 or 3 bars. I can't remember. So anyway, we're just like, okay, 8 a.m. drinking, maybe not the best idea. let's work in a 3-hour nap.
Yeah.
I think we made it 2. It's like, you're ready to drink. It's like, I'm already outside your door.
I remember vividly waking up from that one, and it was one of the best naps of my entire life, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
It was a good one.
Until this weekend where I had like a really good full night's sleep, I seriously been like chasing the ghost of that afternoon nap because it was like the weather that day was good. It was like lightly sunny, but not hot. It was
like 70 degrees. It was like, like the guy, it was I believe it was a Monday, and the guy was just like, look, we don't get this.
Right.
Every park will be filled with people, and every bar stool will have an ass on it.
Right.
If it looks like this in April in Ireland, you don't go to work.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm like, we're not working either.
No. That was so good. Well, that was the night we ended up going out with Evil Dick from Big Brother and Ann from Naked and Afraid and all of that. And Courtney, that was on the show with us, of course.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh man, that was a good day though.
I will subtract that. I thought the restaurant sucked.
Yes, I was just about to be like, the restaurant could have been better. It felt like, it was really funny. It was like if you took Aliens to like the Hard Rock Cafe or Planet Hollywood, and then you were like, rebuild this from scratch. That was what I think it was Thunder Road or something like that.
Yeah, yes, I did not because when we were looking at their Instagram of the last time they were there, and they were doing the fondue meats, and I'm like, oh yeah, let's go there. Like, oh no, we went there last time. Let's go to fucking shitty Hard Rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would have been amazing. Yeah, shitty Hard Rock was a great way.
But we ended up going. We went to a really good place. I thought.
Wasn't that the bridge we ended up going back to with
the bridge.
Stuntman. Yeah, all thanks to Roy.
Yeah. Are you getting Stuntman on the pod?
I would love to actually. I reached out to him once or twice since the show, and I know he's just like blown up all the time. So I imagine I might be falling through the cracks a little bit, but I should. But anyway, Tim rules. Since I got to cut that clip out, let's go to the story about how we met Stuntman, which I thought was really very funny on the gazebo that day when we discovered that somebody just had a whole tank of nitrous.
Yeah.
Gazebo.
The fact that we didn't hit the nitrous, I'm very proud of everyone involved.
Same. Well, you know what? Look, sometimes I'm a good voice of reason. I was like, guys, this event requires our brains. We can't put holes in it before the show. So
no, and Stuntman was like, how much brain hole are we talking? And I'm just like, it's a big can.
Yeah, it was a huge can. It was one of those. It was such a big can and full that I was like, how did somebody forget this?
I don't think I think that was there for a reason. I think someone put a hole in their brain and forgot that they left it there.
Now here's my conspiracy theory. Someone on production put it out there in hopes that they could get like a little extra, change the stakes. I'm definitely kidding, but I kept joking about that too. It was great. Well, then what's his name? And then Stuntman comes strolling outside, and we're both like, "Oh my god, it's Brad Lowe, Rob Pitt."
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think at first we were both like, it depended upon the light. It's like the girl Jerry dated on Seinfeld that, she was a Two-Face.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. And like depending on the light, perfect.
Depending upon the light, he's either Rob Lowe or he's Brad Pitt. I mean, either way, he's one of the most handsome men on the planet.
For sure, dude. It was one of those. I was like, "Oh my god, you look like a walking deep fake." You know what I mean? Like, and I mean that in a nice way. I was like, "Is it?"
Yeah. Do you have 6 fingers?
I'm hoping.
I mean, like, I really thought we were getting AI.
Oh my god, that was so good. He was a good time though, dude. And then like, who else? We ended up grabbing? What was the other guy? Rick too was also fun.
Yeah.
And then randomly, Rick and I had a mutual friend, which I thought was really wild, seeing as how, I don't think he and I live anywhere close to each other. That was kind of a funny find. But he had great taste in music, which was cool. But we did meet a lot of cool people on this, I thought.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, here we go. Since we're here. Classic Platinum Vinyl Records. Who might know a little bit?
Yeah, exactly. The expert himself.
Yeah.
That was fun. Watching that category was like, crazy.
Yeah. It's a crazy category.
It is, dude. You killed it, man. Like I'm so excited to watch the show tonight. I don't know what to expect because I
don't either. I did every confessional. We filmed the show, and then before and after the episodes, we film confessionals that they splice in, and
right.
that is a third of the show is the stupid confessionals, and so every confessional I did with and without the championship because they wouldn't let me bring the championship on the floor. They're just like, oh, because this is 19.2 pounds. They're like, it's too heavy. I'm like, I'm the champ. I can get. They're like, no. They're like, we don't want you by episode 6, like like this. So they're just like, no. They're like, I think it's fine. They're like, no. So anyway, so every confessional, I was just like, they were like, hey, do it now, and I'd be like, today's the best, Daddy. Let me tell you, and they're like, okay, now do one without the belt. And I was just like, I'm really into finger painting. I like sharks, and I did everything I could to make the one with the belt the usable one. So we said, so if the episodes are Jonny Fairplay kind of like it's like what happened? This guy was the king of the confessional. That means I didn't have the belt.
That's so funny. Honestly, I didn't even think about that. That's so good. I loved that we got. I was very thrilled when I got to do one of mine, and they had mentioned that you had mentioned me, and I was just like, oh my gosh. So there's a thing I said about you that I hope makes it to TV so bad. I don't want to. Can you imagine?
Fuck that guy on Fox. They'll beat Guy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it's just a ton of Bo Bice slander. He was great.
What word can I not say? You know the word.
Yeah.
Bo.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. What a cool time. I can't wait for this tonight. We should do more recaps of this.
Well, I'm doing a floor and 99 to beat podcast. So that'll
awesome.
be a reality after show. It's me and Frank the Clown, and you're welcome to jump on with us.
I would love to, dude. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah,
so
honestly, I'm sure. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know when I think we're going to record tomorrow morning because like tonight, I was going to be in Boston, but that's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm having people over at the house. I actually have to clean for like the next 3 hours. Because I was not prepared. Really thought I was on a JetBlue flight to Boston today.
Yeah, right.
So I'm having people come over tonight, and so I don't want and Frank the Clown's doing a 99 to beat party in Chicago. But did you see after the NFL game on Sunday, they showed it was a sneak peek at 99 to beat, and they showed the entire episode.
They showed the entire episode?
The entire episode on Sunday of 99 to beat.
That it's funny that you mentioned that. What I thought was interesting is that the floor, well, maybe I shouldn't say all this, but the floor posted a full competition from this season that I don't remember where. I like when I saw it, I was like, huh. Was that on the first episode? Question mark.
If it's the clip, Fried Foods.
Was it Fried Foods? Yes, it was.
Fried Foods was the first episode.
Okay. So then, yes. So that's cool then. But more, my bigger question is,
7.5.
Why did they put the whole clip? Why? I don't know why they put the whole clip on there.
Sorry, I thought you were going with a different.
No. What'd you say?
I said 7.5. You said.
Oh my god, that's good. No, I just wondering, why would they spoil it? That's where I was with it. I was like, they played the whole thing. And I'm watching the clip on Instagram, like, all right, well, they're gonna cut it any second now. Yeah. And then I just kept thinking that, and then that was over, and I was like, oh, you've spoiled one of the competitions.
Here's the crazy thing, because I hate spoilers so much. Yeah. I won't even have one on my car.
Yeah.
I had a 280ZX, no spoiler.
No spoiler. Yeah,
Nose
a questionable decision, but I respect it.
I know. I'm very adamant about my no spoiler stance. I was there, and I literally stopped before the end because I was like, I don't want to see this.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot how
Yeah.
it all worked. Like it's one of those.
But you're
things
sitting there
where-
like, well, there's no way they showed the end. So
yeah. Exactly. That's what the whole time I kept thinking. It was funny, too.
I can keep watching. They're not going to spoil this.
Yeah.
They're Jonny Fairplay in junior high. We're good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that we're getting the assets now. I felt like a big deal when I got the email about here are the assets for the show. It's like very cool.
You typically get those like we should have got those like Sunday night, Monday morning.
Okay.
So,
And
I'm guessing moving forward we will.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 24 hours. Like I'm just like, I'm not even going to post this.
What a cool experience.
Yeah. So we drank. Is that the most Guinness you've ever drank?
I think so. I've had a couple in my entire life. And then that day I drank so much Guinness. And then going on the beer thing, I meant to bring this up earlier. I always thought it was funny that they're like, not that they were picking like an American beer, but it definitely felt like the tourist beer, but it was Corona. That I was like, oh, I thought you would see any of the other like American-ish brands, but then it was like Corona felt like the other. It was like we have Guinness, we have all of the Smithwick's and all the all the Irish brands, and then we have Corona, and I thought that was kind of hilarious.
Oh, dude, the bourbon we had.
Oh, that's right. We went to the fancy bourbon spot. That's right. I forgot about that. That was delicious.
Yeah,
they didn't look thrilled to have us inside.
No, they were not. I was probably dressed comparable to this.
No, dude, you had that sick tracksuit on. Like, wasn't it like
I
a
had the
Louis
tracksuit.
Vuitton tracksuit?
Okay.
Yeah, it was like that looked awesome. I thought we all looked cool that day.
Well, but they still were not happy about us being there.
No, not at all. They
For,
were like
for whatever reason, and we ordered. What was it, like $600 a pour?
Yeah, it was something. It was one of those where I was like, "Oh, do I like bourbon enough for this?" But you know what? It was great. It was really great. It was very unique.
Oh, it was the best bourbon I've ever had in my entire life.
It was so smooth in a way that I almost don't have words for. That was a great time. That was cool that was right there too, because it was right next to what was the tourist spot we went to, Temple Bar, which was and we saw two girls fight. Yes, always a good time. I honestly almost forgot about the fight. It's like the little details I miss, and I'm just like, oh, that was fun. I liked record shopping with Evil Dick. That was a nice highlight of the day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's good, dude. So then,
and they had the boy. Oh, here we go.
Wait.
So this is the performer history of television.
Wait, hold on, Johnny. It broke up again a little bit. Oh, okay. Here we go. So the video's coming back now. So what do we have? Okay, talk to me. What did you just grab?
A little show and tell. This is the most memorable reality performer in the history of reality television. It was a fan vote on Fox Reality, and it was the final three were me, Flavor Flav, and Dr. Will from Big Brother, and I won.
Oh my, that's so cool. That's awesome. I love that. I love that it's like a giant martini glass. I'd be pouring drinks out of that forever.
That is sitting on top of my signed Boys hardcover.
Oh, cool.
And we saw a bunch of them there, and this is my good friend Derek Robertson, the illustrator, signed for Johnny, Still Panther Forever.
I love it. That's so awesome. Oh my God, that was cool.
Yeah, Derek told me, he goes, you come visit me in Napa, I will give you one of these, and I'll draw an illustration inside there. And I was like, so let me get this straight. Come to Napa and drink a shitload of wine and live with you for a week.
Yeah, you're like, sounds awful.
Yeah, and I get parting gifts. He also gave me, this was like 2005. He gave me this.
Oh my God, Mr. Terrific. Oh, because he's got the Fairplay on the jacket. That makes sense.
Yeah, but 2005. I mean, like no one even knew Mr. Terrific was then.
Only your friend who is a former index card studying nerd.
Yes. So, I do want to tell this story because I don't know if we're gonna how much we're gonna revisit if I'm ever coming back. Who's to say? We went out with Evil Dick. We were just about to leave, and so it's me, you, and Evil Dick in the car.
Yep.
And we're meeting up with Anne from Naked and Afraid and her daughter, who are driving separately. So there are 4 seats. There was a person. I'm not going to say male or female. I'm not gonna in any way because there is a small spoiler here. Little spoiler. It's like a Hyundai Sonata spoiler. So we're about to leave, and this guy this person looks up. He's like, "What y'all doing?" It's like, dude, we're Evil Dick's picking us up. We're going to Dublin proper. Like, dude, where are you from? And they said where they were from, and it was Nowheresville, nowhere.
Right.
And it's just like, get in the car. You get to hang. Oh, we got the alarm. We got Mark Borison from the Jungle Jims podcast. We got Evil Dick, Big Brother legend. You got Jonny Fairplay. We're going to see Dublin proper. I'm like, where have you ever been in your entire life? And that person replied, nowhere. Nowhere. And it was like, get in the car. Like, make today the trip. And it was like, and that person replied, I thought about it, and I could either enjoy myself because I've never been anywhere, and I could, and I could do this, or I could study and not embarrass my family when the show airs. And I go, spoiler alert.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to embarrass your family. Get in this car and get fucked up.
Seriously. They should have. Hopefully that worked out and they won. All of my marketing material, they asked me a lot. Everyone keeps asking if I studied for the show. And I said, you and I talked early on about a bunch of things. And I said, look, there's a 1 in 100 chance that I win. I said, it's way more important to me. I think you agree with me on this, to make good TV, no matter what the outcome was. And I like, literally, I was like just sitting there going like, what are the categories? Okay, what's a joke I have for this category? What's a joke I have for this category? What's a joke I have for this? And so instead I went and saw Dublin for real and like had a fun experience, touched old stuff. You know what I mean? Took an Uber in a place I've never been. It was great. It was a really cool time. I'm bummed that we didn't get to share that with as many people as we could have.
I didn't even read all the categories. I to be honest, I've never watched a full episode of The Floor.
Really?
Like when they asked me to do the show, we watched like 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I being like, okay, I think
tonight,
it's just saying things.
Yeah. Tonight I will be watching my first ever full episode of The Floor ever.
Yeah. This will be the most I've watched the show because I've watched one full episode. I watched the beginning of season 3 and I was like, oh my gosh. Dante from Clerks is on.
Yeah, it's a different Clerks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm good. I got it. Yeah, I understand the show. We're good.
I was like, he's not even supposed to be here today.
So yeah, I know. But I like because everyone's just like, remember season 2 episode? I'm just like, folks, I have not watched 20 minutes of this show. They're like, oh, Fairplay's lying again. And I'm like, what street cred do I gain by I'm usually the biggest whatever, but I'm like this show, like I do trivia every other week at my local brewery. I've been doing pub trivia since 1999, and I would imagine this is in Chevy Chase, Maryland, or Bethesda, Maryland, one of those, one of the first pub trivias in the U.S.
Yeah.
And my team was Quiztina Aguilera. It still is to this day.
I love that's a great name.
And my arch enemies here in Virginia were Trivia Newton John.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah. Quiztina Aguilera is better, right?
No, I agree. It's
Okay.
it's a less dated reference too. I'm way into it, you know.
Yeah. You get but that's and I watch useless shit daily. So
Right.
that we're done. This is as good as because literally we're watching those people with the flashcards. I'm just like, one person wins.
Right.
So,
and I guess maybe for them though, to be fair, maybe that's their thought. They're like, and that one person is going to be me, you know?
Maybe, I don't know. I
Right.
feel like it's going to be me or you just because we had a beer with Evil Dick.
Right. That was all I needed. We had a beer with Evil Dick underneath Phil's base from oh my God, the boys are back in town. Why can I not think of it? Thin Lizzy.
Thin
That was
Lizzy.
in the bar we went to. I was like, oh my God, and then we had the statue outside. We also rubbed Phil Lynot's breasts, just like the Polymalone.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we are equal opportunity breast touchers. We did rub Phil from
we're out there just like tonight.
Should have sent that picture to your fiance. Life would have been a lot easier that week.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like, listen, babe, it's not just one-sided.
Yes.
Oh my God! All right, so what's our next show we're gonna do together? That's what we got to figure out. What's the next thing we're gonna get our weasel our way onto?
Couple to throuple.
Oh my God, that is hilarious! I'm in.
Well, maybe I'll be in.
We'll find out. I don't know. If
we're gonna Rochambeau for it.
Yeah, why not? I mean, I'm ready, dude. I think my delay is bad enough today that it would not help. One thing I do think we should wrap this on this was our only real idea going into this, which was hopefully we don't have to compete against each other until we are the final two contestants on the floor, which is when I said I was going to steal Boston Rob's moment and propose to you in front of Rob Lowe.
Now we're in trouble because you just ruined the finale.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sorry, Jessica, if you heard that. He still can be yours.
And sorry, NBA. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, just ruined the end of season 4. Well, you know what? I didn't say whether I said yes or not.
Exactly. So it's not ruined. Yeah. And there people can still bet on how I do the proposal. I mean,
oh yeah.
Oh my
Pants
God.
down.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Hey, I'd like to ask a serious question. Let me remove my pants.
Exactly. It feels more. They said make myself at home, so I am definitely doing that.
Yes. I really felt you should have gone with some fancy underwear, or just underwear at all. I feel like
I agree. Look, like I told you that day, that's for the censors to deal with.
I felt it was the Donald Duck of it all.
Yeah, it is the Donald Duck of it all. I'm ducking it up.
Yeah. All right.
Oh man, Johnny, thank you so much for everything. I kissed your ass a bunch in the preamble on this, but no, I know, but I genuinely mean it though. But like, it was a really cool experience. I'm glad we got to go have a trip together. Definitely. I mean, we had a good friendship. Now I'm like, it was just such a great experience, top to bottom. So thank you.
It was
so much.
The best.
Yeah.
It was the best. It was the best.
I look
so many stories, so many days, so much fun. So yeah, I'll figure out the schedule and jump on the floor 99 to beat. You got to watch 99 to beat.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, it was fun. As I said, I already watched it. Like I'm just like, why would you show the entire? Like I thought a sneak peek meant like here's like the first 10 minutes, and they're like, nope. Here's the whole show when this person goes home. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, cool. So I'm not tuning in this week now, I guess. Yeah.
Now I got to take notes for a stupid podcast. Podcasts are the worst.
Yeah, I know, dude. You're telling me, right? This whole interview wasn't even real. I'm just Chat GPT.
Oh, sweet. Great.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're not airing this. This is really fun.
I'm just going to go through and fine tooth comb it once we're done. So no, Johnny, thanks for your time, brother. I appreciate it. Always looking forward to hanging out. I will for real get you connected soon with our events team about doing.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, SurvivorTix.com. That's SurvivorTix.com. Check out the podcast, realityaftershow.com, youtube.com/aftershow. Links to everything at JonnyFairplay.com. No H in Johnny. And get yourself a cameo. I want to do cameos for 8 hours before I watch the show tonight.
That's awesome.
I'm getting a mani-pedi today, I think.
Oh, that sounds relaxing. I am
Yeah.
at work, so I'm doing the opposite of getting a man.
And I'm hoping to give the fiance a facial.
Oh, hey, that'd be amazing. She deserves that kind of treatment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone, it's a little self-care, right, for all of us. That's amazing. Oh my God. Johnny, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
It's an incredible experience. Johnny, you rule. Thank you so much for always being so fun and silly with this. I have a great time every time we hang out and do anything. So again, thank you so much for being a huge part of me getting on here. And I can't wait for us to work on all of our other projects. That'll be cool too. So on that, I wanted to thank all of you who tuned into the show. If you're out and about, we're premiering it at Radio Artifact, which is inside Urban Artifact in Cincinnati. It's a great spot. One of the coolest venues in the city. And then, provided I don't get eliminated, you'll probably hear more from us about potential watch parties in both Jungle Gyms locations in the future. How cool would that be? So cross your fingers that I don't get eliminated. It airs on September 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Fox, and it will stream the following day on Hulu, so you can still watch it even if you missed it, if you don't have a DVR or one of those services now. So tune in, let me know what you think. I'm really nervous about it. I'm not nervous, but I'm just... It's nervous excitement. It's like good nerves. I just hope I said funny things on TV and looked cool. That's all this ever comes down to. So on that, thank you all as always for watching the show, tuning in, supporting, all that good stuff. I appreciate you all very much. And in the meantime, I'll see you out there in the aisles.
The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.